Chapter 62:20. In order to get his daughter back from Syria, Charlie also took the risk and broke into Hamid's base single-handedly. Fortunately, Melba's abilities are indeed good. With the joint operation of her and GU, ISU shipping has developed very rapidly. However, Charlie still felt that it was a pity for a talent like Pollard to stay in school to teach. Although teaching and educating people is also a very meaningful job, there is really no need for such a high-profile professor to teach the basic knowledge of economics in college. If he could be dug out and let him help the Yin family to manage domestic business, it would not only be a rare opportunity for the Yin family but also a good opportunity for him. Some bosses have limited abilities and cannot build a real big stage. If they have a tiger general who can stand on his horse, they are afraid that they will be wasted and will not get a real opportunity to display their talents. Pollard must have his own ambitions, but these ambitions may be very big. So big that he can't find a stage or opportunity at all, but the Yin family is different. The financial resources of the Yin family can also rank among the best in the world. What's more, Charlie himself has now accumulated hundreds of billions of wealth. Plus the Wade family's industry will soon be able to match the Yin family. If the two parties join forces, they will definitely be able to manage larger projects. For Pollard, it may be a new opportunity. So, Charlie called his uncle back and told him that he would bring a guest to his home for dinner in the evening, and then drove to the University of Finance and Economics to pick up Pollard, who was about to get married. When the two met, Charlie asked the question in his mind. "Uncle, you are getting married soon, why are you still working? Didn't you take a wedding leave?" Pollard said, "The teaching workload is heavy, and it is not easy to take too long leave. What's more, I have to go on a honeymoon after getting married. If something happens at school during this period, I will definitely not be able to come back. So I should try to finish the work at hand before leaving." Charlie nodded and asked him, "The wedding is the day after tomorrow, you and Aunt Han are almost ready, right? Everything is almost done." Pollard said, "We are going to keep everything simple. There will be no bride-picking ceremony. We will hold the ceremony directly at Shangri-La." Then, Pollard said, "By the way, Charlie, there is something I want to ask for your opinion on." Charlie said politely, "Uncle, please tell me." Pollard said, "Melba and I know your true identity very well. But your Aunt Han and her son Paul don't know. Paul is smarter. Although he can't guess your actual background, in his heart, you have always been a person of great wisdom and supernatural powers. And he respects you very much and always admires you very much when he mentions you." Pollard paused slightly, and then said, "Now your Aunt Han and I are going to form a new family. As her husband, I personally hope to be honest with her in all aspects. But regarding your identity, I must ask for your opinion. If you think I can explain your identity to your Aunt Han and Paul, then I will find an opportunity to explain it to them. But if you think it is inappropriate, Melba and I will respect your wishes 100% and keep your identity a secret." Charlie didn't expect that Pollard wanted to ask about this. Hearing him say this, he had more affirmation of his personality. Many people have secrets that cannot be told, even the people next to them will hide and deceive. But it can be seen that Pollard did not want to deliberately conceal anything with Mai Ching. And he had absolute respect for her? And Pollard came to ask for his opinion, and was willing to use his opinion as a criterion, which was also a respect for himself. His identity is indeed sensitive, but to this day, there are already many people who know his identity, but those who know are reliable or controllable. As for Mai Ching and Paul, Charlie was very sure of their character after this period of contact. He felt that it was unnecessary to tell them his true identity before. But now he felt that it was unnecessary to hide his identity from them. So, he said openly, "Aunt Han and Paul are both trustworthy. Why don't you find a chance to tell them during dinner tomorrow night, Uncle?" Pollard was happy, but he still asked Charlie carefully, "Do you want to think about it again?" Charlie waved his hand, "No need, there are many people in Oris Hill who know my identity. Even people like Orville know my true identity. It's not a bad idea to let Aunt Han and Paul know. In fact, Charlie has his own plans. If he wants to dig Pollard to cooperate with the Yin family in the future, he should not let Pollard hide anything from his wife. Otherwise, he will have to switch between two identities frequently like himself. After so much personal experience, this feeling is actually not good. Besides, Charlie is not thinking about Pollard alone but about his future family of 4. He hoped to pull Mai Ching and Paul to his and the Yin family's side. After all, Mai Ching herself was an entrepreneur who had built a giant in the legal industry with her late husband. Whether in the professional field of law or in the two major aspects of entrepreneurship and management, she was one in a million. Paul had inherited the family business at a young age and was running the firm vigorously, which was indeed impressive. Such talents were also very valuable to the Yin family, since he had to confess his identity to them. The 4 of them could cooperate with him and the Yin family without any gaps or concealment in the future.